Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we have brought biology paper of Cambridge IGCSE grading 9 to 1. The code is mentioned and the year is mentioned. It is your duty to check which code are you looking for. This is biology paper, multiple choice code. In this video, we will not only solve the answers, but we will also understand the concepts behind those answers. Because the video of solution does not help students to understand the concepts behind particular answers. So without wasting further time, let's delve in the paper and find what exactly is there. So here, this is the first question. We have got a diagram that shows how a seed changes after it is planted in soil and water. You can see that the seed is planted in soil and then its growth is happening. The question is saying which characteristic of living things are demonstrated by the sequence shown in the diagram. This question is very easy. Always remember that in multiple choices, some questions are very easy to understand if you have small or short concepts or small understanding of the basic ideas. Now, the options are growth only, growth and sensitivity, nutrition and reproduction, reproduction and sensitivity. If you look at first diagram, there is one seed, and in the second part you can see a little growth is there, right? You can see that the seed is clearly giving that there is an increase in its size and structural complexity as it develops a root here. Can you see this root? So depending on this one, we have first option growth only, then we have growth and sensitivity. While coming from here to here, we have got that these two options are not correct. Now you have to find that which answer is correct from A or B. So here what concept exactly works is that there is growth as well as there is sensitivity. Why? Because when the seed was kept in exact conditions, what happened? It responded to external environment. Here it responded to external environment. External environment. And what happened? It started producing root downwards, okay, and then it started producing shoot upwards. So I will not spend more time in more detail, okay, but here the idea is to tell you that what characteristics of living things are demonstrated in this diagram. So the correct option is B. I hope you have got the idea that how can you solve these easy questions if you know the basic understanding that what diagram is showing to you. Here comes question number 2. The question is saying which row describes each part of the binomial system name for humans. This is binomial nomenclature system. I am very sorry for my handwriting as I have limited sources to make this video. So binomial nomenclature is actually a universal scientific name. It is a system to give or to assign scientific names, and you should know and you must know that it has two parts. It has two parts. One part is one part is genus name and the other part is species name. One part is genus name okay, or you can say generic name, okay, and the other part is species name. So based on this concept, that first part is Homo and the second part is Sapiens. So the generic name is what? Genus name, and the species name is what? Species is Sapiens. So the correct option for this is B. And one more point here you should know, that the genus name is always written with first letter capital and the species name is written with first letter small. Please don't forget this basic concept. Here comes question number 3. What are the characteristics of fish? See, as we are solving multiple choices, so I will not go in detail of this concept, as for this you should know the characteristics of fish in great detail, which I will suggest you to write a comment and I will share the PDF of characteristics of fish with you. That PDF, those notes will help you to identify that which actually is present in fish, yes, or which actually does not exist, or which actually is not a characteristic of fish. In the multiple choice options, I don't want to spend more time in telling what is scales, what is external ears. Most of these things are very easy to understand, okay? So just coming to the answer, I will tell you that fish cannot maintain a constant body temperature. No, okay? Eggs covered in jelly. Fish eggs are covered in jelly, so yes, this is also correct. Then external ears present? No, fish do not have any external ear openings like human beings. And scales present? Yes, you all know that fish have scaly skin. If you want to touch it or if you want to scratch it, you may hurt your fingers, your skin. So be very careful. So considering these characteristics, you must know that the answer is D. Next comes question number 4. The question says, which type of cell transports oxygen? Now, as I mentioned earlier, to that you people can write a comment and I will share the notes, okay? In the notes, I will mention that which cell performs what function, because basically here you can see there are different types of cells. First is ciliated cell, it has its proper function. Neuron, it has its proper function. Palisade mesophyll cell, it has its function. And red blood cell also has its own function. So basically when it comes to multiple choice question, your examiner expects you that you have read or learned all the units, from your bio syllabus. Got it or no? That you have learned all the units from your bio syllabus. So if you have not learned them and you have come directly to this video to understand these the function of these cells, you may feel a little difficulty. But don't worry, I'll help you with that. Just write a comment that, dear sir, I need notes, and I will, okay, share the notes with you. Got it? Or I will write the notes in the description. So which type of cell transports oxygen? By the way, it's a very easy question and everyone should know that which cell transports oxygen. The correct answer is that red blood cell transports oxygen. Got it? The next question, question number 5. The diagram shows a plant cell. You can see this is a plant cell. It has a large vacuole. It has a cell membrane and it has a cell wall. Cell wall and cell membrane. Cell membrane. Got it? So basically it is asking that which structure is this. This structure is X. Okay, X structure is cell wall, and the question is what is the function of the part labeled X? The function of cell wall is strength and sport. Question number 6. Question number 6 says, 4 students used a microscope to view some onion plant cells. Each student drew one of cells. Each student calculated the actual length of the cell and the magnification of their drawing. So basically 4 students used a microscope to see what? Onion plant cells, and then they calculated the actual length of cell and magnification of their drawing. Which student produced the longest drawing of a cell? Now you have to answer that what was the actual length, okay, and which length was the longest. That will be actually your longest drawing of the cell. Actual length of each cell has been given here, and magnification of drawing has also been given here. To solve this question, dear students, you should know the formula. That formula will be length of drawing will be equal to actual length of the cell multiply magnification of drawing. I hope you are understanding. And when you multiply both of these, you will get the lengths of drawings. Here I have multiplied for you. The first one is 18, second one is 37.5, third one is 33.75, and the fourth one is 35 millimeter. So now the question was saying which student produced the longest. Looking at this result, anyone can suggest that B is the correct answer, as this is the most measurement we have got. So this is the longest drawing of the cell. I hope you have got it, that how to find the answer to this question. Here is the next question. This question is a little more conceptual. It demands your attention as well as it demands your knowledge, which you have learned when you were learning the concept of concentration of gases in a blood vessel and in an alveolus. The question says that there is a table that shows the concentration of gases in a blood vessel and in an alveolus. Which row shows the conditions that cause a substance produced in respiration in humans? Respiration in humans means that humans respire. When the humans respire, they breathe in oxygen. They breathe in oxygen and they breathe out carbon dioxide. Yes or no? So substance produced in respiration. In respiration means that carbon dioxide is produced. Yes or no? So basically both of these answers are ruled out. So these are wrong answers. Let me tell you that when you get this type of questions, please use this technique of ruling out. Got it or no? So now we have got carbon dioxide here, carbon dioxide here. Look at the second column. Substance concentration in blood vessel. Always remember that when we breathe in, because the question is saying respiration in humans to diffuse from the blood vessel into the alveolus. Okay, so when we breathe in, that substance, okay, yani carbon dioxide concentration in blood vessel is high. Got it? And then substance concentration in the alveolus, the substance concentration in alveolus is low. Okay, so concentration of carbon dioxide, okay, in blood vessel it is high and in alveolus it is low. Yes or no? So you should circle B option. Actually this is a long concept. Here I have just briefed you a short summary of this concept. Okay, in another video we will discuss this concept in detail, but for now you must know that how to find the answer by using ruling out technique. So correct answer is B. Now this question number 8 is very easy. It's easy only for those students who have the basic concept of what? The basic concept of movement of water. The diagram shows 4 identical pieces of potato plant tissue in test tubes. 4 identical means 4 same potato plant tissue in test tubes. The pieces of potato were kept in test tube for 6 hours. 6 hours here, and all of these were kept in 6 hours. Which piece of potato would have the greatest increase in mass after 6 hours? Okay, mass, increase of mass, or greatest increase in mass. So always remember that this question is movement of water into uh, you can say cell sap of potato cell, or in other words movement of water into potato cells. So just to remind you that distilled water is the most pure, so this will have the most movement inwards. Inwards mean yani the most movement in potato cells. It already has some sugar, so compared to this, or compared to distilled water, the movement will be a little less, and here the sugar is already more, okay, and here there is no water at all. So the greatest increase in mass will be because of distilled water. So correct answer is A. I hope you have got this was the basic understanding question, that you should know that how water moves inside. Actually, this is also an important concept that you should have learned prior to coming to this question. But still, I have briefed you a little about this question. Here comes question number 9. Question number 9 says, which row correctly shows the elements and small molecules that are found in large molecule? See, sometimes the questions are tricky. You just need to understand. You just need to find the way to crack them. So basically here the large molecule has been given fat, starch and starch. Okay, so start solving this question from right hand side, not from left hand side. Okay, so how, like fat, both of these are fat, okay, and fats do not have nitrogen in them. Fats do not have nitrogen in them, so this way both of these options are ruled out. Then starch has actually glucose. Starch has actually glucose, and glucose is actually composed of elements carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So in this way the correct option is C. I hope you have got the trick to solve this question. Here comes the 10th question and the last question we will discuss in this video. For further questions and for other questions, I will request you to stay tuned, and if you are liking the video, please press like button and subscribe the channel for further videos if you are understanding, or if you have liked this way of discussion of multiple choices or past papers. The 10th question is, which substance is the DCPIP test used for? So basically this is the name of a test. The name of that test is 2,6-dichlorophenolindophenols. I know it's a funny name for you, but still you should know, because good students, they know what exactly the abbreviation stands for. So DCPIP stands for dichlorophenolindophenols. And let me tell you that this which substance is the DCPIP test used for. Okay, so fat, protein, starch, 3 of these options have nothing to do with this. So the correct answer for this is vitamin C, because it is a redox indicator. So students, some of the questions you should know all of a sudden. Okay, you should have kept some information in your knowledge, that as you look at the question you get to the answer, because Cambridge has a very balanced approach, that some questions are very easy, so that those questions can save your time and can test your knowledge. So that's all from this video. I hope you have liked the way we have discussed these questions. I hope you have liked the way we have got the information and summarized all that information in a very fast manner. I'm sorry if this video is long. I could have just written the penned down the answers, but I prefer to discuss the exact and proper way how those answers are there. Like the video, share it with your friends. See you all in the next video. Thank you everyone.